Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Color Me Badland, back with an amazing group of fragrances that are hot date worthy. I'm not the one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. Welcome to my channel if this is your very first time meeting me, and welcome back if you've seen any of my other videos. Greetings to all. Do want to share a little bit about what my channel is all about. We do talk mainly about the fragrances that are in my collection, those that are sent to me and gifted. We talk about all things beauty, natural skincare, hair. We'll get into some fashion, natural skincare, a little bit about makeup. We'll also talk about love, relationships, romance, a little bit about dating. We'll also talk about family issues and faith and whatever else you want to talk about. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, make sure you comment below and or send me an email. You want to send your email to Dear Color Me. Both of my email addresses are inside of my YouTube channel, and I'll be more than happy to come on and answer and share your questions, but first privately to make sure that it's okay. So let's get into it. We all have those opportunities when we get invited on a hot date, not just a regular date, but a hot date. And you ladies out there and gentlemen know what I'm talking about, a hot date, okay? From head to toe, fly. So let's get into it. These fragrances, some of them are new, some of them have been out on the market for a very long time, but these are fragrances that I deem hot date worthy. So let's get into it. The first fragrance that I want to share with you guys is a really popular fragrance. Let me wipe the bottle off a little bit here. It's been sitting for a while. And this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. This one is Club de Nuit Intense. And I'll bring the bottle in here for you. It's got a few fingerprints on it because I've been playing around with it. But this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. If you love the fragrance of Mademoiselle, I kind of think that this fragrance is a combination of, and I'll show you the sprayer. I think this fragrance is a combination of Allure by Chanel. If you love Allure by Chanel and you love Mademoiselle, this is definitely a fragrance that you would want to wear on a really hot, sexy date. You know, a day where you're going to get all the way dressed up. You know that you're going to be in the company of a fine gentleman or a fine young lady. And you know that you're going to have an absolutely good time no matter what you do and where you go. So my first fragrance that is hot date worthy is Club de Nuit. It is so gorgeous from beginning to end. It is extremely long lasting, and so you don't have to reapply this fragrance if you don't want to. I like to go heavy on my sprays with this one, but you really don't have to. I think 4 sprays will do the trick, but for me, I'm a hot body, so I like to make sure that I apply my fragrances heavily because I like to be able to smell my fragrances and I like for them to be able to last. So this one you're definitely going to get 8+ hours of wear out of. So my first fragrance on the list of hot date worthy fragrances is Club de Nuit Intense. Okay. My second fragrance that I would deem hot date worthy, you guys have seen and heard of this fragrance before. When I say hot date worthy, you don't want to waste this date. No shade on anybody, but you don't want to waste these fragrances on I would call them cheapy dates. You know, a date where you just kind of like hanging out, nothing fancy. You may not have even gone to get a manicure or a pedicure, but you look cute. You don't want to wear these fragrances on those types of dates, okay? You don't want to waste your money. This one is Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. It's an intense fragrance. It is a little bit boozy. It is extremely sensual and sexy. I do want to make sure that you do know that all of these fragrances are red light alerts. So ladies, be careful with these. I wouldn't recommend going heavy on the sprays if you don't like a heavy scented fragrance on yourself. But I like I said, love to spray heavily. So I normally go probably about 8 sprays for this one. And then when I wear this fragrance, I spray once or twice, one more time before I walk out the door. And that is just because, again, I like to smell my fragrances. This one sticks a little bit closer to the skin. It does have a little bit of projection to it. It creates an amazingly gorgeous, sexy scent bubble. But like I said, I like for my fragrances to stay on me and last, and I like to be able to smell them. And so definitely this one I would go heavy on the sprays with if you like a heavy scented fragrance. For sprays, you're going to smell it. It's going to stick closer to the skin. You may have to spray your clothing a little bit because it has a little bit of coloring to the fragrance. If you're going to wear this during the spring or summer months where you tend to wear a little bit of lighter clothing, you may not want to spray your garments with this fragrance. But definitely, if you're wearing some jeans or something like that, you can give it a little spritz and it will help this fragrance exude a little bit more and project a little bit more. So my second fragrance that is hot date worthy from my collection is Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. Okay. Then my third fragrance that I want to share with you guys. Now, this fragrance is one that is a little bit newer to my collection. This was actually gifted to me, was sent to me during last holiday season, and it was actually launched back in November of 2021. This is a fragrance from the supermodel and the wife of David Bowie, which is from Amman. It's called Love Memoir. If you love a beautiful ambery fragrance, you definitely want to get your nose on this if you haven't smelled it yet. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is not a fragrance that is unisex. However, I can definitely smell a gentleman rocking this fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. I normally don't spray out on this one because I have a purse size spray of this fragrance. And so this is probably my second time spraying out of this particular bottle, probably for reviews, because like I said, I normally use my purse size spray. I try to use up like if I get a gift or something like that and they come with a purse size, I try to use those up first before I hit my bottle, because a lot of times these are fragrances that are gifted, and normally when you get fragrances that are gifted, no matter how much you love them, you normally don't repurchase them yourself. Okay, so this is a fragrance that, like I said, this is something that I would want to keep in my collection for a very, very long time, if not forever, because it was a gift. And to me, it means more than just a gift. Like I said, this is Iman's fragrance, and this particular fragrance is so pretty. All this is gorgeous. It's very unique. I did a review on this fragrance, a brief review on sharing of this actual fragrance. This fragrance she created in memory of her husband, David Bowie. And it is a combination of notes and similar DNA of a fragrance that she wore when they were married and he was alive, that he absolutely loved on her. And that's how she came up with this fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you notice the beautiful design on the fragrance and you read the story or hear the story of how she came up with the design of this, these are kind of like Zen pebbles is what this is in replication of. Then the ambery color is a note that was heavily scented in the fragrance that she used to wear that he adored on her. And so there was a lot of love and intention put into the process of creating this fragrance. I love when she tells the story of how she put this together and how difficult it was of a process because she loved her dear beloved husband so much. And so I want to keep this one sacred. I don't keep her inside of the box, but I do keep her out and displayed. And like I said, when I do spray this out, I use the purse size spray of this one. So if you don't have this fragrance in your collection, and you love a beautiful ambery, semi-sweet fragrance that's going to last and give you this fragrance, is so unique. It is so unique. Absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend adding this. You know what I always say when I have a fragrance in my collection that I just stand behind 100%. I'm not sponsored by this company nor Iman, but this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. For amber floral lovers, get you some. Okay. Then my next fragrance that I deem a hot date worthy fragrance that I absolutely love. would be Hypnotic Poison by Christian Dior. You're going to hear me talk a lot about this fragrance. This fragrance just does me right. I don't know if anybody's ever gotten into Christian Dior fragrances. When I tell you that you don't have to do anything, take your good scrub down, a nice soak, a nice steam before a really nice shower before you're preparing to get ready to go somewhere, and you just want to smell good. This is absolutely gorgeous. It stands the test of time. I re-added this to my collection about 2.5 years ago and revisited myself with how much I love this fragrance. It has that boomerang effect. It stays with you all day and all night. It is absolutely gorgeous. It will get you compliments from your beloved loved one and even those around you. It is not a detectable fragrance. So if you have it on, you're not going to get a whole lot of people saying, you got on Hypnotic Poison. They're not going to know unless they are familiar with Christian Dior fragrances, or they may say, because Christian Dior is more of an intimate fragrance lovers, collector's item. And they may say, I know what you got on. That type of deal. Christian Dior is fragrance lovers and collectors. We're in a club all by ourselves. When I tell you this fragrance is absolutely, undeniably gorgeous. If you don't have this fragrance in your collection, get you some. It is gorgeous. I love it. I always will love this fragrance. I love all of the Poison fragrances, all of them. But this one right here just does me right. So this is hot date worthy, ladies. Hot date worthy. And I can smell a gentleman rocking this also. I really can. It is that beautiful. It is worth every penny. It's a great investment if you love to smell good when you go out. I wouldn't recommend wearing this to work. It's a little bit too sexy and sensual, but you could. But I like this for date night, hot date night. You don't want to waste this juice on just anybody. This is not a Netflix and chill fragrance unless it's with your for real thing. This is not a little quaint coffee shop date or a little hole in the wall date. This is hot date worthy. You're going to have fine dining. You're going to do a little patio dining. You might go and walk by the river, things of that nature. Something really romantic in an intimate date with your significant other. Someone that you're in love with. Hypnotic Poison. And if you're not in love with anybody, love on yourself and get you some. It's good juice. Okay? Then my next fragrance that I want to share with you guys, and we're going to take a break really quick. I'm going to take a quick coffee break and get a little sip in because I want to give those fragrances a little bit of a break. You do know that when you spray fragrances back to back to back, unless your nose is really, really well trained in smelling fragrances, you want to kind of take a little bit of a break. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. I've got coffee dripped all over my cup. When I was pouring it, I had stuff going everywhere. But so yes, I am a coffee lover. Absolutely love my coffee. I try to stay away from the caffeinated coffee. But my kids went out and grabbed some groceries for me the other day, and they came back with caffeinated coffee. And I wasn't gonna tell them that they didn't get the right coffee because I was just grateful that they thought about their mother. Okay. And so, but if they watch this video, they'll know that I'm only supposed to have decaffeinated coffee. And that's probably why I'm up late at night, binge watching BET Plus, First Wives Club. If you haven't seen that, and I know it's not a new show, but I really think it's a really, really good show. I really, really, really enjoy that show. Again, that's the remake series of First Wives Club. I love the original movie of that with Bette Midler and Goldie Hawn. And this is a spinoff with black actresses, women of color, because there is a Hispanic young lady that's on there that plays a top surgeon, and I believe she's probably either mulatto or she's Hispanic. Still brown girls rock. It is an excellent show, you guys, and it's just really funny, and it's a really really good well put together show. So I've binge watched that like 2 nights in a row, and I think it's because of the coffee. All right, so let's get into our next fragrance. We didn't come on here to talk about coffee today, did we? We came on here to talk about hot date fragrances. So this is a fragrance that I'll share with you guys that I don't wear a whole lot. I did wear this. I did wear this once to a special event. I pulled this box out and I shared with you guys that I really never wore this fragrance. It was given to me years ago, and it just wasn't in my interest. I don't even think I smelled this fragrance when I first received it. But I kept watching, different YouTube channels, and they were mentioning this fragrance. And I go, I think I got this fragrance in my collection somewhere in my closet. And I pulled this out and got to spraying on it just to see what it smelled like. Ladies, again, this fragrance is not brand new. But when I tell you that if you love a white floral fragrance that will stay with you until you scrub down, Flora Botanica by Balenciaga is the fragrance for you. Okay? They did flowers right in this fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is not a perfume. This is a fragrance. It is gorgeous. And I'm not sure what the going rate for this fragrance is right now. I didn't do any research on pricing because these fragrances have been in my collection for a while. But you can definitely type in your search in Google, your Google search engine, or ask Siri. And I'm sure that you will get that information that comes up and tells you exactly where you can find this for the best price and things of that nature. When I tell you this fragrance is gorgeous, it is so beautiful. I'm going to spray a little bit because I haven't smelled this in a while. And the top is black, so you got to find the atomizer on it. Here it is. And you'll end up spraying it in the wrong spot. It's just so pretty. It starts off really, really faint and light. And so at first, you can't smell it all that well. But this, once it gets to that skin and your body chemistry heats this fragrance up, this is a beast in a bottle. It is absolutely feminine. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's sexy, it's sensual, it's subtle, but it is boastful. You can smell this fragrance from beginning to end. It gives you a beautiful scent trail. If you are somewhere where there is climate control, it gives you a really, really soft scent bubble. But if you're somewhere where it's a little bit warmer outside, the scent bubble just expands. I don't know if this fragrance is activated better in hotter weather, but definitely if you're warm and you got a little bit of perspiration popping, it works well with this fragrance. And it doesn't look like it looks like just a little light spray that may last for like 2 or 3 hours at the most and become a skin scent. Total opposite. This is beast mode, mama girl. Definitely on my baddie granny list. Again, that is Flora Botanica by Balenciaga. If you don't have this fragrance in your collection and you love a gorgeous floral scent that's not too sweet, it's not headachy, it's not cloying, it's not overwhelming. It is very modern, a very chic and elegant fragrance. And this is a fragrance that definitely is hot date worthy. No cheap date, ladies. This is hot date worthy. All right, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have this one, get you some. Okay, so we're gonna put her back in the box. If I don't put her back in the box right away, she'll be sitting out for a couple hours, and I don't want anything to happen to my fragrances. Definitely like to preserve and protect them. Like I said, they are investments. You can resell your fragrances, you can gift them away, and things of that nature. So you want to take care of and preserve them and make sure that whenever you do decide to wear your fragrances, that they are still smelling just as good as if they just came hot off the press. Okay. Then I think this is my last fragrance that I wanted to come on and share. I have several others that are hot date worthy. But I wanted to just come on and share a few because that's one of the things that kind of tops off your outfit. Hot dates don't come often, but when they do come, you like to prepare for them, especially if a gentleman tells you, not maybe where you're going, but the attire, how to dress, what type of a restaurant you'll be going to, and it gives you a notification and a heads up on how gussied up you need to get. And definitely, dates are expensive, especially when a gentleman goes all out for you. And so you definitely want to give the best version of yourself in presentation, and also picking a gorgeous scent that's going to last, because you never know where that hot date's going to lead you. So we want to make sure that we adorn ourselves with a really nice, sensuous fragrance. Okay. And then my last fragrance, this one I haven't worn out yet, because I love the celebrity that this fragrance house comes from. And so I have yet to wear this out, but spring is coming and summer is coming. And I do like to go out and enjoy festivities in warmer weather. I'm a summer baby, so I don't mind being out in the heat. And this is a fragrance that I would definitely love to try. Once those springtime and summertime concerts start back up and things of that nature, catching a couple plays and things of that nature, this will be a fragrance for a hot date, summer and spring evening. And this one is Breathe by Toni Braxton. Toni the Braxton. This fragrance is so beautiful. I haven't smelled this fragrance, and since I first did my unboxing of this fragrance, microphone checker, but I keep her in the box. I keep the cream lotion that she came with in the box, because I want to save this for a really, really special occasion. Like I said, hot date worthy. So I'm going to take the top off of her. You just take the top of the microphone off. It's a really, really sleek design. And because of how it's designed, is another reason why I don't sit her on my vanity, even though my shelving on my vanity has a little bit of a sunken shelf. So if you do have fragrances that are a little bit slimmer design, if someone walks by, they won't get knocked over. I purchased that purposely for that reason, so that nobody can just walk by and knock your bottles over and go, oops. So, that's the reason why I probably don't display her. I don't want anything to happen to her, but she's not made out of glass, and so the damage is kind of hard to take place on this one. This fragrance is so pretty. If you love like a fruity musk, very lightly noted with vanilla, it just exudes sex appeal. It exudes femininity. You might have a little bit of skin showing, a little bit of shoulder action. If you a leg girl, you might have your kneecaps out a little bit, shine up those ankles a little bit with a little bronze on the top of the shoulders. Grease your elbows down real good. This is so beautiful, ladies. It's just so soft and sensuous. It came with the lotion, and so definitely when I do get a chance to wear this fragrance, I will definitely be wearing it with the body cream that it came with, because it's just so gorgeous. It really, really is. And I'm not going to spray this out. Like I said, I'm saving this. This is one of those fragrances you just got to save, It's got the right name to it. Breathe. Breathe again. It's so gorgeous, You're going out on a really romantic date with a really good looking gentleman. He's done all the proper preparations and courting you ahead of time, and you just are excited to get dressed and to spray this fragrance on, and know that he's going to say, you smell good. So this is my last fragrance on the Hot Date Worthy series from Color Me's fragrance collection. It was Breathe by Toni Braxton. If you don't have this fragrance in your collection and you like a fruity, musk, sexy fragrance with a light hint of vanilla, get you some. This is extraordinarily gorgeous. And I'm going to share something with you. It's got a few notes of some fragrances that I've smelled before in the past, but I don't have anything in my collection that smells exactly like this. And that's what I love about this fragrance so much, is I like unique fragrances. Sometimes fragrances that people will go, oh my God, what is that? But when they smell it on you, it smells absolutely amazing. And that's what I love about our body chemistry and pheromones and the uniqueness of different fragrances, because I don't have anything that smells quite like this. Again, this is Breathe from the Toni Braxton collection. It's exclusive. So if you don't have this in your collection, get you some, ladies. That is all that I have for this particular session of hot date worthy fragrances. I wanted to come on and share those. If you don't have any of those fragrances in your collection and you and your significant other like to go on hot date nights during the week or the weekend, or if you are anticipating catching a few hot dates this spring and summer and you don't have any of those fragrances in your collection, or if you are window shopping for new fragrances for hot, sexy date nights, those are beautiful fragrances. A lot of them are extremely affordable, but they smell like they cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And that's what you want: quality, affordable quality in a fragrance that's not going to hit you hard in the pocketbook, but no one will ever be able to tell that you spent under $150 for your fragrance. They're unique fragrances. They are very classy fragrances. Those are the fragrances that, in my opinion, aren't dated. And so 10 years from now, those will probably still be in my top hot date picks for fragrances. They're just that gorgeous and just that individually ordinary, extraordinary, and stand out all on their own. And so I wanted to come on and share those fragrances with you guys today. So remember, when you're getting ready for that hot date, turn on a little bit of romantic music. If you like classical music, if you like jazz, if you love R&B, I love all of those genres of music. Turn your music up and get yourself dressed to the nine. Take your time with the ladies and make sure to spray on a little sexy. This is Color Me Bad Lynn saying thank you all for watching. I just wanted to come on and share some beautiful, sexy, hot like fire, hot date night fragrances from my collection. This is Color Me Bad Lynn saying thank you guys for watching. It is an absolute pleasure to come on and share. And so I thank you for your love and your support. I want to shout out to all of my new subscribers and those that are hanging in there with me. Thank you. I really appreciate your love and your support. Your girl is over here rocking, so thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Peace.